fans of high quality entertainment. I've decided to continue this series, at least for a second video. The first video was on the letter S, my 10 favorite bands, and ranking them from my least favorite to my favorite. And I know some people included like Simon and Garfunkel, and that's where it kind of gets difficult because I'm kind of leaning towards bands. But, you know, make your own list. It's okay. I'm not that strict with the rules. However, what I don't care for is when, you know, I make my list and then somebody comments like this. Robert Huggett Jr. So many misses. Where are Skillet Sticks, the Supertones, which I've never heard of, Steely Dan, Stone Temple Pilots, Scorpions, System of a Down, and the greatest band of all time, Switchfoot? That's what, you know, that's what irks me about it. There's been times that I've thought, you know, forget these rankings and all that, because it just it drives me up a wall. These people that they don't like your own personal list. And another comment was saying, where's Steely Dan? Sorry, I had something in my mouth. And another comment was basically bashing me for not having Steely Dan in my top 10 list. It's like, I'm sorry, I like Steely Dan, but they're not in my top 10. Calm down, Larry. It's just, you know, my life and probably your life has enough going on. It's stressful. I do YouTube for entertainment and have a few laughs, and then you get some idiot. Here we go. Top 10. This was fairly easy. I just went through my CD collection. I had Bonzo Dog Band is one that's missing, and 2 or 3 others, but I think I'm happy with this list. And sort of happy with the ranking. You know, and remember, this isn't taken too seriously. It's just for fun, people. It's high quality entertainment. So number 10 is Beat Bop Deluxe. And this is the only album. I have heard bits of, or I've actually owned some of their other albums, like Drastic Plastic, which I liked. But this is my favorite of them all. And it's probably the only one I'm ever going to get. Ooh. Yeah. Nudity on the Canadian Studmuffin channel. Yeah. Sunburst Finish. Number 10. Number 9 is, and I also want to do I've been thinking about this for quite a while, my top 10 or maybe top 20 60s bands. And this band is very underrated and would definitely be on the list. It is the Buckinghams. And this one, yeah, this is my favorite. Portraits and In One Ear and Gone Tomorrow. They are just great pop music with some great guitar work in it. There's some heavy stuff and kind of Beatle-ish in some ways. I highly recommend, if you like pop rock, checking out the Buckinghams. Number 9. Number 9. Number 9. I know, somebody's going to say, where's Boston? Well, they're not on my list. Number 8. Kind of a sad one. And I don't play this very often because, you know, they have a sad history. But great music, of course. Badfinger. And I do want to get No Dice, at least. And maybe more of their albums. But right now, I'm happy with their greatest hits. This is where it gets kind of, it could cause me some more stress, but I'm trying not to stress. So right now I have this in 10, 9, 8, in 7th spot. The Band. And yes, this is my favorite album of theirs. I have all of their early ones up to, yeah, Cahoots is the last one of their first few that I have. And I do want to get more of their studio albums though. But so far, Cahoots is my favorite. And this is the remixed version. I just feel it's very, very underrated. Number 7, the band. Now this is, like I said, it's where I wasn't sure where to place this because they only made one album. But the one album they made is one of my all-time favorite albums. So I had to put it fairly high. And it is Blind Faith. Thank God it's the other album cover. With, of course, Eric Clapton, Ginger Baker, Rick Gretsch, and Steve Winwood. I have played this 3 or 4 times. No, I've played this hundreds of times in my life. Now, 5 and 4 are kind of interchangeable. But I'm going to go with number 5, the friggin' Bee Gees. That's right, I said friggin' again. Yeah, great songs. I even love their dance songs. I guess some people say their disco era, but it's just great music. And you should be dancing. But I do, between the two eras, I do prefer the earlier era. But, Spicks and Specks, New York Mining Disaster, To Love Somebody, Words, I've Got to Get a Message to You.
I just got to get a message to you.
That used to bug me when I was younger. It was like, why does he have his finger in his ear when he's singing? Yeah, and then Lonely Days, of course, and then later on Nights on Broadway. Nights on Broadway, which is my favorite of the later years. And You Should Be Dancing, Night Fever, Staying Alive. Just, one of the greats, the Bee Gees. So like I said, between these two, and I'm sure most of you would have this band at number 4 and the Bee Gees lower, for most people. It is the Beach Boys, yes. I'm not as big of a fan as I know some of you are, but I still love a lot of their albums, a lot of their songs. And Pet Sounds is my favorite album of theirs. And I just recently bought the 3-disc Greatest Hits and Deep Cuts. Still listening to it. But yeah, some people say this is overrated, but I don't think it is. I think it's one of the great albums of the 60s. And Brian Wilson is, yes. Brian Wilson is a genius. Just like I'm a comedy genius. Waiting for the applause. Okay. Number 3. These, well, guess what number 1 is? That's right, it's the Beatles. And in the past, I used to say the White Album is my favorite, but I don't know, I go back and forth. It doesn't really matter. All of the Beatles albums are some of my favorite albums of all time. And this, right now, is my favorite album of all time. It's number 1. It's the Beatles. I don't know if you've seen this album cover before. Here it is. So it's 2 and 3. Let me know in the comment section below, what do you think they are? And I'll just sit here and wait. Okay, you done typing? Okay. Number 3. This was pretty easy because they're definitely right at the top, but they're in 3rd spot. Black Sabbath. But it's mainly for, well, it's just for the Aussie years. And I even love the very underrated Technical Ecstasy and Never Say Die. And this, it used to be, through the years, you you change your opinion on things. That's why, like I said, I don't take these rankings too seriously. But at the moment, Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath is my favorite, and Sabotage is my second favorite. And my least favorite of the first 8 with Ozzy is Volume 4. I don't play it very much, and I've never totally gotten into it. And I know, I've read some other people have agreed with me. And number 2, possibly my favorite American band, but it's between that and Grand Funk Railroad and even The Doors. It is Blue Oyster Cult. And I could pick half a dozen of their albums as my favorite, but I've gone with Secret Treaties as my favorite for this video. Then I'll change my mind in the next video. So that's it, my 10 favorite bands that start with the letter B, ranked. And once again, if you want to rank yours, thank you. If you just want to put the bands you like, thank you. If you want to complain I never chose Boston, get out of here. So thanks for watching. Have a great day.